Samuel's story was far from over. As Samuel grew older, he became not only a prophet, but also a judge over Israel. He traveled from town to town, Bethel, Gilgal, and Mizpah, teaching the people, settling disputes, and calling them back to the ways of the Lord. Wherever he went, he reminded them to turn away from idols and to serve God with all their hearts. For a time, the people listened. Under Samuel's guidance, they gathered at Mizpah, confessed their sins, and fasted. When their enemies, the Philistines, came to attack, Samuel prayed on their behalf. The Lord answered with thunder so powerful that it threw the enemy into confusion, and Israel won a great victory. Samuel set up a stone and called it Ebenezer, saying, "Thus far the Lord has helped us." Years passed, and Samuel grew old. His hair turned white and his steps slowed. He appointed his sons as judges, but they did not follow his example. They took bribes and twisted justice. So the elders of Israel came to Samuel with a request that troubled him deeply. "Appoint for us a king," they said, "like all the other nations." Samuel was hurt, not because they wanted a king, but because they were rejecting God as their true ruler. He prayed, and the Lord told him, "Listen to the people. They are not rejecting you, but me." Samuel anointed the first king of Israel, Saul. At first, Saul was humble and strong, and the Spirit of God was with him. But over time, Saul began to disobey the Lord. He made his own choices instead of trusting God's commands. One day, after Saul failed to obey a direct instruction, Samuel delivered a hard message. The kingdom would be taken from him. Then God sent Samuel to Bethlehem with a new mission. "There," the Lord said, "I have chosen a king from among the sons of Jesse." Samuel went, and one by one, Jesse's sons passed before him, tall, strong, impressive men. But God said no to each of them. Finally, the youngest was called in from the fields, a shepherd boy named David. He was not what people expected, but God saw his heart. "Rise and anoint him," the Lord said. "This is the one." Samuel poured oil over David's head, and from that day forward, the Spirit of the Lord came upon him in power. Samuel continued to guide the nation for the rest of his life, faithfully speaking God's truth, even when it was difficult. And when he died, all Israel gathered to mourn him, honoring the man who had listened when God first called his name in the quiet of the night. And so the story that began with a whispered prayer in a mother's heart became a legacy of faith, courage, and obedience. From a small child sleeping near the ark to a voice that shaped kings and nations, Samuel's life reminds us that those who listen closely to God can change the course of history.